I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship, worthy of devotion, and our attention and time and bowing and prostration and gratitude except Allah. Allah, the creator and sustainer of the heavens and the earth, and I bear witness that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his final messenger. My dear sisters, my dear brothers, as your brother who stands before you today, some of you probably know me and know about some of what I do as part of my occupation. For the past 20 years of my life, I've been blessed to be able to mentor young people and being present in their lives, a gift that I didn't appreciate at first. Growing up and going through my college years, all I dreamed about is fulfilling my own dreams and potentials, becoming happy in life and attaining that best job, and all I thought about is myself. Little did I know that with the passage of time, Allah would steer you in different directions and would place in my life people who made a tremendous difference, who opened my eyes to see my own potential as a human being, who helped guide me to ultimately fulfill some of that potential, who were present to counsel me and hear about my pains and my grief and my fears. Later in my life, I'd appreciate the power of this, and Allah would use me to turn around and become that presence for young people. And I swear to you, brothers and sisters, as much as I thought that success and joy and satisfaction lied in my ability to attain my goals, my dreams, little did I understand that the ultimate joy and satisfaction lied in seeing others turn their lives around, in seeing young people turn their lives around, in seeing young people find Allah through your presence. Wow, how moving is that? How inspiring is that? I swear to you, I have goosebumps talking about it. Allah blessed me with this. It's a gift of Allah. And here, every now and then I receive letters from young people. Letters from young people. Because when you work with others, they move, they go on, and you don't know what happened with these people. You try to help them out, but you don't know. Every now and then Allah blesses me to receive a letter and an email from someone who says, Jazakallah khair, Brother Tarif, for doing this and that, for giving me your ear, for encouraging me, for believing in me, for helping me find Allah. Wow, when I receive these letters, I'm uplifted. I'm reminded of why we exist on this earth. That your life becomes weighty and precious when you're able to influence others around you who need your help and my help. And of those letters, one stands out to be the most dear to my heart. I received it a month ago from a young man that I've worked with, young man from a local college. I've known him for 6 years and I mentored him. And we grew closer and closer. He's a young man in his mid-20s now. He wrote me a letter, and I swear to you, I hold, I could store this in a safe of gold, in a closet of gold to just protect that letter because it means the world to me. And in that letter, he writes for me a note of gratitude, thanking me for the time, etc., etc. I share that with you. I try to keep it with Allah Azza wa Jal, but I'm sharing it with you for a purpose. To show you what this young man wrote and the depth of his remarks. He's thanking me for the time and the encouragement. And in the letter he writes, Jazakallah khair, thank you, Brother Tarif, for encouraging me and sharing my task of pursuing and making effort to become and live my best version of myself. Thank you, then he says, for being my Harun. I want you to understand and hear this. Thank you for being my Harun. I didn't understand that. And it suddenly dawned on me, Prophet Harun? What did Prophet Harun do? And I heard that message, and I swear to you, I paused and I went back to a dua in the Quran that my mother taught me when I was 5 years of age. The dua of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. I know the story, but I didn't understand the power of Prophet Harun. We rarely talk about this. And this young man is telling me, thank you for being my Harun, for being my Harun. What happened in that story? I'm flipping through the pages of the Quran, and I see it on the second page of Surah Taha, where Prophet Musa alayhi salam After he became a messenger of Allah, Allah commissioned him with one of the most difficult tasks. And the task was to go to Fir'aun, the tyrant of tyrants, the most vicious entity on this earth, who ravaged the souls of people, young and old, who cut off limbs, who killed children, and he didn't care. Who declared, "Ana rabbukum al-a'la," I am your greatest Lord. The man lost it. And then Musa has to go to him and say, "Hey, listen, you're not God." Can you imagine the difficulty of this? I mean, do you think Fir'aun would welcome Musa, roll out the red carpet for him? Absolutely not. And he'd cut off his neck as soon as he hears this. So Musa was naturally afraid and not sure of his ability to do this. A human being. But Allah strengthened him and inspired him to make a dua. And in the dua, Musa says, because he's feeling the constriction and the anxiety in his heart, but in that moment he recognized that strength is from Allah, not you and me, not through our limbs. And he said, رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِّن لِّسَانِي يَفْقَهُ قَوْلِي وَاجْعَل لِّي وَزِيرًا مِّنْ أَهْلِي هَارُونَ أَخِي أُشْدُدْ بِهِ أَزْرِي وَأَشْرِكْهُ فِي أَمْرِي كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. What a beautiful dua you and I need. What did he say? He recognized his chest is constricted. So he said, Ya Allah, expand my chest. Give me hope, give me strength, give me courage. Make me feel tranquil so that I can do my task. That I can walk up to that tyrant and talk to him with strength. Strength is from you. He understood what he needed. He needed Allah. But for Allah to expand his chest. And then he said next, وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي, facilitate my task. Facilitate my task. Dear brothers, dear sisters, tasks as big as they look, nothing is impossible for Allah as long as Allah is with you and you recognize it. How often do we do this? When you're overwhelmed by the difficulty of the task that you have, whether it's working with your children, your spouse, whether it's passing a test, an exam, or succeeding at work or delivering a presentation, it doesn't matter. How often do we say, Allah, facilitate my task. I trust and believe in you. Musa asked for it. Then he said, Ya Allah, untie the knot in my tongue. He had a lisp, an impediment in his speech. As a prophet of Allah, why would Allah make Musa alayhi salam have that defect? It's to remind even Musa that it's not even your words. Because the Prophet of Allah should be able to articulate clearly. Yet Allah took that gift away from him. It's not in the gifts. It's in Allah's power. That the best of the prophets of Allah had a difficulty speaking. And how many of us put up excuses? Say, I don't have this, I don't have that. Only if I had this, I would have succeeded. Musa alayhi salam couldn't articulate clearly. But he asked Allah, he said, Ya Allah, untie the knot in my tongue, that I'm able to express myself. But then he said something powerful. And it doesn't negate asking for Allah's presence. He said, Ya Allah, waj'al li waziran min ahli Haruna akhi. Ya Allah, I can't make it on my own. I need a companion to strengthen me. Ya Allah, give me my brother Harun as my aid, to strengthen my back and be present with me. And Ya Allah, make him join me in my task. I can't make it on my own. So that we can remember you a lot. He understood that his ability to even remember Allah is strengthened by the presence of someone else in his life who shares that faith. Wow, you can't make it on your own. I can't make it on our own. How often do you remember this? That even finding Allah in our lives requires that you're in a healthy environment where others are present to care for you, to encourage you, to remind you about Allah, to remember Allah with you. Maybe now in the khutbah we remember Allah, but maybe when we get outside and life shows up with its difficulties and throws its burdens on you, you start to forget. And we start looking for that counsel and encouragement, but where do you find it? It turns out you and I need mentors, just as Prophet Musa needed that compassionate presence in his life. If Musa needed it, do you think you and I wouldn't need it? That aid in our lives. That gentle soul and compassionate spirit that believes in us, that strengthens us in our journeys, even the journey of faith? Absolutely. My dear brothers and sisters, this is an essential part of our faith. The need for role models in our lives, for human beings that Allah sends us, that we can turn to, people who believe in us, who listen to us, listen to our pain. People are patient with us. People are kind. They look at you and they give you their attention. They see your potential and enable you to see your own worth. People who inspire you with hope. People who don't just sit around to judge you and criticize you. People who never give up on you or write you off. But you know what young people find in their lives?